Welcome, beautiful soul. I'm so grateful you found your way to this divine message today. This is not coincidence. This is heavenly timing. If you're watching right now, please know that the angels have guided you here specifically to receive this message about your soulmate connection. Take a moment to type, "I am ready," in the comments below to signal to the universe that your heart is open to receive this divine revelation. The angels have been whispering a profound truth that I must share with you today. Your soulmate's family is actively praying for a second chance with you. Yes, you heard correctly. The family of the person who holds the other half of your soul is in deep prayer, asking the divine to create an opportunity for reconciliation. This message might surprise you, perhaps even confuse you at first. But I ask you to listen with your heart, not just your mind. In the spiritual realm, families are deeply connected to the soul journeys of their members. When a soul connection as powerful as yours experiences separation or challenges, it doesn't just affect the two individuals involved. It creates ripples across soul families, across generations, across the very fabric of divine timing. Right now, as you hear these words, there are prayers being offered on your behalf by people who may have once seemed like strangers to you, but who recognize the divine purpose in your connection with their loved one. Take a moment to breathe deeply. Feel the energy of this truth settling into your spirit. Type, "I receive this truth," in the comments if you feel a resonance with what I'm sharing. This acknowledgement opens the channels for further divine revelation to flow into your life. The angels want you to understand that second chances are sacred gifts in the divine plan. They are not signs of weakness or defeat, but rather powerful opportunities for souls to fulfill their highest purpose together. When a soulmate connection experiences separation, it's often because there were lessons that needed to be learned individually before the union could reach its full potential. But now, the angels are signaling that the time for reunion is approaching. The necessary growth has occurred. The spiritual conditions are aligning. Your soulmate's family has sensed this shift in the spiritual atmosphere. They have witnessed the transformation in their loved one. They have seen the ways in which separation from you has catalyzed growth, healing, and deeper awareness. And now, they are joining their prayers with the angels, creating a powerful energetic field of reconciliation that surrounds both you and your soulmate. Type, "I feel this energy," if you sense this field of reconciliation forming around you even now. Let me share something profound with you. In the spiritual realm, prayers are not just words spoken into empty space. Prayers are living energies that create pathways through the dimensions. When multiple souls direct their prayers toward the same divine outcome, these pathways become stronger, more defined. They become divine highways upon which miracles can travel. Your soulmate's family has been consistently building these prayer pathways, preparing the way for a divinely orchestrated reunion. You might be wondering why their prayers matter. Perhaps there has been conflict or misunderstanding between you and this family in the past. Perhaps you feel they contributed to the separation you experienced with your soulmate. The angels want you to know that spiritual growth has been occurring on all sides, just as you have been healing and evolving during this time of separation. So have they. Their prayers for a second chance come from a place of genuine recognition of your soul's importance in their loved one's journey. The divine timing of this message is not random. You are receiving this revelation now because the energy for reconciliation is reaching its peak. The prayers of your soulmate's family have created a spiritual momentum that is powerful enough to transcend any human obstacles that may have seemed insurmountable before. Type, "I embrace divine timing," to align yourself with this powerful Momentum, I want to speak directly to your heart for a moment. There may be wounds still healing within you from the previous chapter with your soulmate. There may be fears about reopening doors that were painful to close. The angels understand this. They honor your journey and the courage it has taken to move forward after separation. But they also want you to know that the healing you've done hasn't been preparing you to live without your soulmate. It's been preparing you for a higher, more conscious reunion. Your soulmate's family can see this truth. Their prayers are not asking for a return to old patterns or dynamics. They are praying for something entirely new, a fresh beginning founded on spiritual growth, mutual respect, and divine purpose. They have witnessed the transformation in their loved one, and somehow, perhaps through divine insight, they understand that you have transformed as well. Type, I have transformed, to acknowledge this powerful truth about your journey. The angels are revealing that some members of your soulmate's family have been having dreams about you. In these dreams, they see you surrounded by light. They sense your kind heart, your pure intentions. They feel remorse for any judgments they may have held before. These dreams are not coincidental. They are divine communications, opening their hearts to the truth of who you really are and the beautiful role you play in their loved one's soul journey. There is one family member in particular who has become a powerful prayer warrior on behalf of your reunion. This person may have once seemed like an unlikely ally, perhaps even someone who opposed the connection between you and your soulmate. But through divine intervention, their heart has been softened and their spiritual eyes opened. They now understand the sacred purpose of your soul bond and are actively praying for the barriers to be removed. For divine timing to bring you back together, type, I welcome this ally, to acknowledge this unexpected support from the spiritual realm. You might be wondering what action you should take with this divine information. The angels want you to know that your primary responsibility is to keep your heart open. This doesn't mean forcing reconciliation or making desperate attempts at communication. It simply means releasing any energetic blockages you might be holding, resentment, fear, pride, or judgment that could prevent the divine orchestration from unfolding naturally. Your role is to trust, to remain receptive, and to continue your own spiritual growth. Remember that forgiveness is a powerful spiritual technology. It doesn't mean condoning hurtful actions or pretending wounds never existed. It means freeing yourself from the energetic chains that bind you to past pain. As you forgive your soulmate and their family for any perceived wrongdoings, you create space for new positive energy to flow into the connection. The angels encourage you to engage in a forgiveness practice as you process this divine message. Type, I choose forgiveness to signal your willingness to release the past. There's a beautiful synchronicity occurring right now between your spiritual journey and your soulmates. While you may not be in direct communication, your souls are traveling parallel paths of healing and awakening. The prayers of their family are acting as bridges, connecting these parallel paths and preparing them to converge at the divinely appointed time. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be on your journey, and so is your soulmate. The angels want you to know that the second chance being prayed for is not a repetition of the past. It is an entirely new chapter, written with the wisdom gained through separation. The love that will be possible in this new chapter will be more authentic, more spiritually aligned, and more resilient than what you experienced before. It will be a love that honors both your individual soul purposes and your shared divine mission. Type, I am ready for this new chapter, if you feel the truth of this resonating within you. Your soulmate's family has been noticing signs and synchronicities that confirm the divine plan for reconciliation. Perhaps they've been hearing your name in unexpected places, or songs that remind them of your connection with their loved one have been playing at meaningful moments. They may have even encountered people who remind them of you, carrying similar energy or wisdom. These synchronicities have strengthened their faith in the power of their prayers and confirmed that divine forces are at work to bring healing to all parties involved. The angels are showing me that there has been divine intervention in your soulmate's heart as well. During your separation, they have experienced moments of profound clarity about the value of your connection. They have come to recognize patterns in themselves that contributed to the challenges between you. Most importantly, they have developed a deeper spiritual understanding of the sacred purpose your souls share. Their family has witnessed this transformation, and it has inspired their prayers for a second chance between you. I want to address something important. You might be questioning whether this message truly applies to you. You might be thinking of specific obstacles that seem to make reconciliation impossible. Perhaps distance, current relationships, or seemingly irreconcilable differences. The angels want you to know that divine orchestration operates beyond human limitations. What seems impossible from a human perspective is often perfectly aligned from a spiritual one. The prayers being offered by your soulmate's family are connecting with divine possibilities that transcend current circumstances. Type, I believe in divine possibilities, if you're willing to expand your perspective beyond current limitations. Concept of soul family is deeper than biological or legal connections. Your soulmate's family may include people who are not related by blood, but who play significant roles in their life journey. These soul family members are also joining in the prayers for reconciliation, creating an even more powerful field of positive intention around your connection. They recognize the unique light you bring to your soulmate's life and the divine purpose your souls share. Some of you might be feeling resistance to this message. Perhaps there has been deep hurt or betrayal in your experience with your soulmate or their family. The angels acknowledge this pain with deep compassion. They want you to know that genuine healing is possible, not through denial of wounds, but through divine transmutation of them. Your willingness to even consider the possibility of reconciliation is a testament to the strength of your spirit. Type, I am stronger than my wounds, to acknowledge this spiritual truth. The prayers of your soulmate's family are creating energetic shifts that you may already be experiencing in your daily life. You might be noticing unexpected reminders of your connection, perhaps dreams, songs, or random thoughts about your soulmate. You might be feeling inexplicable emotions arising from deep within your soul. These are not random occurrences, but rather the effects of the prayer energy directed toward your reconciliation. Pay attention to these subtle signs as confirmation of the divine work taking place. I'm being shown that there are specific prayer circles forming around your soulmate connection. These might be formal gatherings where family members come together intentionally to pray, or they might be more spontaneous connections where 2 or 3 family members find themselves discussing you and your soulmate and offering prayers in that moment. These prayer circles are creating powerful vortexes of divine energy that are working to clear obstacles and align circumstances for a divinely timed reunion. Your own ancestors and spirit guides are working in harmony with these prayers. They understand the importance of this soul connection in your spiritual evolution and are actively collaborating with the prayers being offered by your soulmate's family. This creates a powerful spiritual alliance spanning both the physical and non-physical realms, all working toward the highest good of your soul connection. Type, I welcome this spiritual alliance to acknowledge and invite this divine collaboration into your experience. The angels want you to understand that the timing of reconciliation is precisely orchestrated. There are spiritual conditions that must be optimal for the highest expression of your reconnection to occur. The prayers of your soulmate's family are helping to create these optimal conditions, but divine timing cannot be rushed. Trust that the exact right moment is being prepared. A moment when hearts will be open, circumstances will be aligned, and the spiritual foundation will be solid enough to support a renewed connection. There is a beautiful vulnerability in the prayers being offered by your soulmate's family. They are acknowledging that mistakes were made, judgments were formed too quickly, or important truths were overlooked. This vulnerability is sacred and is being honored in the spiritual realm. Their willingness to admit that they may have contributed to the challenges between you and their loved one creates an energetic opening through which divine grace can flow. Type, I honor this vulnerability, to acknowledge the courage it takes to pray for a second chance. Some of you might be wondering about the specific family members involved in these prayers. While individual situations vary, the angels are showing me that often it is mothers, grandmothers, and sisters who initiate these prayers for reconciliation. These feminine energies tend to be more attuned to the nuances of heart connections and more sensitive to the lingering soul bond between you and their loved one. However, in many cases, even the more reserved or skeptical family members eventually join these prayers as they witness the authentic transformation in your soulmate. There are practical manifestations beginning to form from these prayers. Potential pathways for communication are being established. Mutual connections who might facilitate reconnection are being divinely positioned. Circumstances that would allow for natural, unforced interaction are being orchestrated. None of these manifestations will feel forced or contrived. They will unfold with an organic quality that confirms their divine origin. Your role is to remain open to these divinely orchestrated opportunities when they appear. Type, I am open to divine orchestration, if you're willing to recognize these pathways as they form. For some of you, there may already have been initial communications or encounters with your soulmate since your separation. These moments may have seemed casual or coincidental, but the angels want you to know that they were divinely timed preliminary connections, testing the energetic waters. So to speak, pay attention to how these interactions felt. Did you sense a shift in energy, a new maturity, or awareness? These subtle changes are evidence of the spiritual work that has been occurring through the prayers of your soulmate's family. The angels are revealing that some family members have been intentionally creating space for your name and memory to remain present in your soulmate's life. They might mention you in conversation, recall positive stories about your time together, or acknowledge the special qualities you brought to their loved one's life. This is not manipulation, but rather a gentle honoring of the truth they've come to recognize, that your soul connection is significant and divinely purposed. Type, I appreciate this honoring to acknowledge this respectful remembrance. I want to address something important about divine reconciliation. True spiritual reunion is never about possession or control. The prayers being offered by your soulmate's family are not attempts to manipulate free will or force a specific outcome. They are invitations for divine wisdom to create the highest possible good for all souls involved. If a renewed connection between you and your soulmate would not serve your highest spiritual evolution, these prayers will be answered in unexpected ways that honor the divine plan for your life. There is a purification process occurring through these prayers. Old misunderstandings, judgments, and negative energies that may have surrounded your connection with your soulmate's family are being dissolved through the sincere intentions behind their prayers. This purification creates space for new healthy dynamics to form if reconciliation occurs. You may feel this purification as a lightening of emotional weight when you think about your soulmate or their family. A release of bitterness or resentment you didn't even realize you were carrying. Type, I welcome this purification to accelerate this healing process. The angels are showing me that some of you have been experiencing unusual dreams about your soulmate or their family members. These dreams may feel exceptionally vivid or carry emotional significance that lingers after you wake. These are not ordinary dreams, but rather spiritual communications occurring while your conscious mind is at rest. Your soul is receiving the prayer energy being directed toward reconciliation, and these dreams are processing and integrating this energy. Pay attention to the emotional tone and symbols in these dreams, as they contain divine guidance about your path forward. There is a sacred contract at the heart of your soul connection with this person. Before you incarnated into this life, your souls made agreements about the experiences you would share and the growth you would facilitate for each other. These soul contracts are eternal, transcending the temporary separations that may occur in physical reality. Your soulmate's family is sensing the power of this soul contract, even if they wouldn't use these spiritual terms to describe it. Their prayers are aligning with the divine blueprint that your souls created together. Type, I honor our soul contract to acknowledge this eternal agreement. The prayers being offered for reconciliation carry within them seeds of healing for all parties involved. Your soulmate's healing, your healing, and the healing of family dynamics are all contained within these sincere spiritual petitions. This is because true divine prayer always seeks the highest good of all concerned, not just the specific outcome the person might be imagining. Trust that whatever unfolds from these prayers will bring necessary healing to your life, whether that manifests as reconciliation or as peaceful closure that allows new beginnings. There is divine protection surrounding this potential reconciliation. The angels are actively filtering the energies being directed toward your connection, ensuring that only the purest intentions and most loving vibrations are permitted to influence the process. This divine protection prevents any manipulation, control, or unhealthy attachment from contaminating the sacred space being created for potential reunion. You can trust that any reconciliation that occurs through these divine channels will be clean, clear, and aligned with spiritual truth. Type, I trust divine protection to acknowledge this spiritual safeguard. I'm being shown that some of your soulmate's family members have been engaging in specific spiritual practices to support their prayers for reconciliation. They might be lighting candles, creating altars, or participating in religious ceremonies. With your reunion in their hearts, others might be engaging in more informal practices, taking quiet walks in nature, while holding the intention of healing for your connection, or pausing in sacred moments throughout their day to offer a brief prayer. These varied spiritual practices are creating a rich tapestry of divine intention around your soul connection. The angels want you to understand that the concept of family extends beyond this lifetime. Many of the family members praying for your reconciliation have soul connections with you from previous incarnations. In other lifetimes, you may have been closely related to them, shared important experiences, or formed soul bonds that continue to resonate in this existence. This explains the inexplicable recognition some of them felt when they first met you. A sense of knowing you beyond the current circumstances. Their prayers are drawing on this ancient soul recognition. Type, I recognize these soul connections. If you felt this inexplicable familiarity with certain family members. For some of you, cultural or religious differences created challenges between you and your soulmate's family in the past. The angels are revealing that these differences are being transcended through the power of prayer. When family members pray sincerely for reconciliation, they are connecting with universal spiritual truths that exist beyond specific religious traditions or cultural practices. These prayers are creating bridges of understanding that may allow for new appreciation of different perspectives. If reconciliation occurs, divine love transcends all human-created boundaries. I want to address the natural question arising in many of your hearts. What if I've moved on? What if I'm in a new relationship or have closed that chapter completely? The angels want you to know that divine orchestration honors your free will and current life circumstances. If reconciliation with your soulmate would disrupt divine order in your life, the prayers being offered will be answered in ways that bring healing and closure rather than renewed connection. Trust that divine wisdom knows exactly what form of second chance would serve the highest good of all souls involved. Type "I trust divine wisdom" to align with this perfect understanding. There's a beautiful ripple effect occurring from the prayers of your soulmate's family. As they pray for reconciliation, they are developing greater compassion, deeper spiritual understanding, and more authentic communication in all their relationships. Their sincere desire for healing between you and their loved one is catalyzing their own spiritual evolution. In this way, your soul connection continues to serve its divine purpose even during separation, facilitating growth and awakening across soul families. The angels are revealing that for many of you, there were misunderstandings or miscommunications that contributed significantly to the challenges between you and your soulmate's family. In their prayers for reconciliation, family members are receiving insights about these communication breakdowns. They are gaining new perspectives on interactions that may have been interpreted through filters of fear or past wounds. This growing awareness is an essential part of the foundation being built for potential reconnection. Type "I welcome clear communication" to invite this healing of misunderstandings. Some of you may have children or other family members who share bonds with your soulmate. The angels want you to know that these connections are being held in special consideration within the prayers for reconciliation. Your soulmate's family recognizes the importance of these extended relationships and the potential healing that reconciliation could bring to all involved. Their prayers encompass the well-being of the entire soul family system, not just the primary relationship between you and your soulmate. There is divine acknowledgement of your spiritual sovereignty throughout this process. While prayers are powerful, they cannot override your soul's chosen path or force connections that are not aligned with your highest good. The angels want you to know that you are never obligated to respond to these prayer energies in specific ways. Your discernment and intuitive guidance are essential aspects of the divine orchestration. Trust the wisdom of your own heart as you navigate the energies surrounding potential reconciliation. Type "I honor my spiritual sovereignty" to affirm this sacred truth. I'm being shown that some family members have been receiving synchronistic confirmations about their prayers for reconciliation. Perhaps they randomly opened to meaningful scripture passages about forgiveness and second chances. Perhaps they encountered strangers who shared stories of beautiful reconciliations in their own lives. These synchronicities are divine affirmations of the spiritual work they're engaged in and encourage them to continue holding space for healing between you and their loved one. The quality of presence in these prayers is particularly powerful. When family members pray for reconciliation, they are entering a state of pure presence where past judgments and future anxieties temporarily dissolve. In this state of presence, they connect with the timeless truth of your soul bond with their loved one. This quality of spiritual presence creates an energetic field where divine miracles can occur naturally, without force or manipulation. Type, I enter divine presence to join this powerful field of possibilities. There is a sacred patience in the prayers being offered for reconciliation. Your soulmate's family is learning to trust divine timing rather than human urgency. They are developing the spiritual maturity to release attachment to specific outcomes while maintaining faithful intention for the highest good. This patient, surrendered quality in their prayers creates space for divine wisdom to work in ways that transcend human planning or expectation. Their growing spiritual patience is a beautiful gift that will benefit all their relationships, regardless of how reconciliation unfolds for some of you. There were significant external pressures or circumstances that contributed to the challenges between you and your soulmate, perhaps financial stress, health challenges, or difficult life transitions. The family members praying for reconciliation have gained new perspective on these external factors and now understand how they impacted your connection. This growing awareness allows them to pray with greater compassion and less judgment, creating more refined energetic support for potential healing. The angels are showing me that your own spirit guides and guardian angels are in communication with the spirit guides and angels of your soulmate's family. These divine beings are coordinating energies, sharing wisdom, and aligning spiritual resources to support the prayers being offered. This celestial collaboration ensures that any reconciliation that occurs will be divinely guided and protected. Type, I welcome celestial collaboration to acknowledge this beautiful coordination occurring in the spiritual realm. I want to address those of you who might be feeling skeptical about this message. Perhaps you've experienced such deep hurt or disappointment that the idea of reconciliation seems impossible or even undesirable. The angels honor these feelings completely. They want you to know that true divine healing sometimes looks different than we expect. The prayers being offered by your soulmate's family might ultimately lead to a form of spiritual reconciliation that brings peace to your heart without necessarily reuniting you physically. Trust that divine wisdom knows exactly what form of healing will serve your soul's highest evolution. There's a quality of surrender in the most powerful prayers being offered for your reconciliation. Family members who truly understand spiritual principles have surrendered their specific expectations about how reconciliation should look or when it should occur. This surrender creates space for divine creativity to work in unexpected ways, bringing healing and resolution that might transcend human imagination. Their willingness to pray without controlling the outcome creates a sacred container for authentic divine intervention. Type, I surrender to divine creativity to join in this powerful spiritual posture. The angels are revealing that some family members have been engaged in specific acts of amends or restitution as part of their prayers for reconciliation. They might be acknowledging past mistakes, correcting misrepresentations of you to others, or releasing judgments they once held. These tangible expressions of their sincere desire for healing create powerful energetic shifts that support potential reconciliation. Though you may not be aware of these acts of amends, they are creating real change in the spiritual atmosphere surrounding your connection. For those of you with spiritual practices of your own, the angels encourage you to notice any spontaneous thoughts of forgiveness or healing that arise regarding your soulmate or their family. These thoughts are often responses to the prayer energy being directed toward reconciliation. As you acknowledge and nurture these healing thoughts without forcing them, you participate in the divine orchestration unfolding around your connection. Your authentic spiritual response, whatever form it takes, is honored in the divine plan. Type, I notice healing thoughts to acknowledge these subtle spiritual communications. The prayers being offered by your soulmate's family are creating an energetic bridge between past and future. They are helping to transmute the lessons of the past into wisdom that can serve a new chapter of connection. This alchemical process ensures that reconciliation, if it occurs, will not be a simple return to old patterns, but rather a quantum leap into new possibilities. The spiritual maturity developing through these prayers is preparing everyone involved for relationships founded on deeper truth and authentic love. The angels want you to know that divine love is the ultimate healer of all wounds. The sincere love being directed toward healing your connection through these prayers is connecting with the infinite source of divine love. This creates a powerful field of spiritual healing that benefits you whether or not physical reconciliation occurs. You are being held in this field of divine love, receiving its benefits on subtle levels that your conscious mind may not fully perceive. Trust that this spiritual support is strengthening you for whatever path lies ahead. Type "I receive divine love" to consciously open to this healing energy. There is a beautiful quality of hope in the prayers being offered for reconciliation. This is not naive wishful thinking, but rather spiritual hope, a profound trust in possibilities that transcend current circumstances. This quality of hope creates energetic openings through which divine grace can flow, bringing unexpected healing and new beginnings. The family members praying for a second chance between you and their loved one are participating in this sacred act of spiritual hope holding, creating space for divine miracles to manifest naturally. I'm being shown that some family members have been experiencing significant spiritual awakening through their prayers for reconciliation. As they pray for healing between you and their loved one, they are receiving insights about their own patterns, wounds, and spiritual journey. This growing self-awareness is an essential part of the foundation being built for authentic reconciliation. Their personal spiritual evolution creates space for new, healthier dynamics to form if you and your soulmate reconnect. Type "I honor spiritual awakening" to acknowledge this important dimension of the reconciliation process. The angels want you to understand that the prayers being offered for reconciliation exist beyond time as we understand it. Though they may be spoken in present moments, they connect with the eternal nature of your soul bond with your soulmate. This timeless quality allows them to influence not only potential future reconnection but also to bring healing to the past experiences you shared. Divine love can reach backward and forward in time, creating healing that transcends linear understanding. For some of you, cultural or religious traditions created barriers between you and your soulmate's family in the past. The angels are revealing that many family members have been experiencing expansions of spiritual understanding that transcend these traditional boundaries. Their prayers for reconciliation are helping them recognize the universal spiritual truths that exist beyond specific religious frameworks. This growing spiritual maturity creates possibility for new appreciation of different perspectives. If reconciliation occurs, type "I welcome spiritual expansion" to join in this transcendence of limiting beliefs. The quality of the energy being directed toward reconciliation matters deeply. The angels want you to know that the most powerful prayers being offered by your soulmate's family are those founded in genuine love rather than guilt, obligation, or self-interest. These pure intentions create clear channels for divine grace to flow unobstructed by lower vibrations. The family members who have done their own inner work to purify their intentions are creating the most potent spiritual support for potential reconciliation. I want to address an important question many of you may be holding. How will I know if reconciliation is divinely guided rather than simply emotional attachment? The angels want you to know that divine reconciliation carries specific qualities that distinguish it from ego-driven reconnection. It will feel characterized by peace rather than anxiety, clarity rather than confusion, freedom rather than obligation, and authentic truth rather than manipulation. Trust your spiritual discernment to recognize these divine qualities if opportunities for reconnection arise. Type, "I trust my spiritual discernment" to strengthen this important inner guidance. The prayers of your soulmate's family are creating energetic clearings that benefit you regardless of whether physical reconciliation occurs, as they sincerely pray for healing between you and their loved one. They are helping to dissolve energetic cords of resentment, misunderstanding, or unhealthy attachment that may have formed during challenging times. This spiritual clearing creates greater freedom and clarity for all souls involved, supporting your highest evolution, whether or not your paths reconnect in this lifetime. The angels are showing me that some family members have been experiencing powerful dreams or meditative insights about your soul's journey. Through these spiritual experiences, they are gaining deeper understanding of your authentic nature and divine purpose. This growing spiritual recognition helps them to see beyond surface personalities or past conflicts to the eternal truth of who you really are. Their prayers for reconciliation are being informed by these glimpses of your soul essence. Type, "I am seen in truth" to acknowledge this spiritual recognition. There is a beautiful humility developing in many family members through their prayers for reconciliation. As they sincerely ask for a second chance between you and their loved one, they are acknowledging that they may have been mistaken in past judgments or assumptions. This spiritual humility creates powerful openings for divine grace to work in unexpected ways. Their willingness to question their own perspectives and remain open to new understanding is a sacred gift that benefits all their relationships. For those of you who practice meditation or other contemplative disciplines, the angels encourage you to notice any spontaneous feelings of peace or resolution that arise regarding your soulmate or their family. These peaceful energies are often responses to the sincere prayers being directed toward healing your connection. As you allow these healing energies to flow through your awareness without attachment to specific outcomes, you participate in the divine orchestration unfolding around your soul connection. Type, "I welcome peaceful resolution" to consciously open to these healing energies. The prayers being offered for reconciliation are creating energetic preparations in both visible and invisible realms. In the visible world, circumstances may be subtly shifting to create natural opportunities for reconnection. In the invisible realm, energetic pathways are being established that would allow for clear, authentic communication if you and your soulmate encounter each other again. This dual preparation ensures that any reconciliation that occurs will have both practical and spiritual foundations to support its highest expression. I want to emphasize that you are never alone in navigating these complex soul connections. The divine beings who oversee your spiritual journey are constantly guiding you toward experiences that serve your highest evolution. If reconciliation with your soulmate would contribute to your soul's growth at this time, these spiritual guides will provide clear intuitive signals to confirm this path. Trust the wisdom of your own heart and the guidance that resonates most deeply with your authentic truth. Type, "I trust divine guidance" to strengthen your connection with this spiritual support. As we draw this divine message to a close, I want to remind you of the sacred truth at its heart. Your soul connections are eternal, transcending the temporary separations or challenges that may occur in physical reality. The prayers being offered by your soulmate's family are connecting with this eternal truth, creating possibilities for healing and reconciliation that exist beyond human limitations. Whether these prayers manifest as physical reunion or spiritual resolution, trust that divine love is working powerfully through them for the highest good of all souls involved. Take a moment now to breathe deeply, allowing the wisdom of this message to settle into your heart. Type, "I receive this divine message," to signal your openness to the spiritual truths being revealed. Know that you are deeply loved, divinely guided, and spiritually supported as you navigate this sacred journey of soul connection. The angels surround you with protection and grace, illuminating each step of your path with divine light. Trust the unfolding of your story, for it is being written with the ink of divine purpose and the pen of eternal love. Remember, beautiful soul, that this message found you at exactly the right divine moment. Your presence here was not random, but divinely orchestrated. The prayers of your soulmate's family are creating sacred possibilities for healing and new beginnings. Remain open to the unexpected ways divine love might manifest in your experience, trusting that your highest good is always being served. Until we connect again in divine timing, may your heart remain open to the infinite possibilities of love's sacred journey. Thank you for watching.